Welcome to Booked, Busy, and Building, the podcast for dreamers, doers, and everyday people making it happen. Whether you're building a business, a mindset, or a better version of yourself, this is your space to stay grounded, get inspired, and keep growing no matter how full your calendar gets. So if you're chasing your dreams and figuring it out as you go, this is your space to stay motivated and keep building. So tune in every week for new episodes. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Booked, Busy, and Building. Today we are going to be talking all about something that I think a lot of us need to add a little bit more of into our lives, which is being whimsy, being whimsical, and breaking this all down. And if you haven't seen this word come up on your socials yet, or especially on TikTok, then to some, it may seem like it's a trend, but it is something that I definitely want to stay for a while, and I hope that it does not go away. But being whimsy or adding whimsy into your life is very similar to romanticizing your life and making the everyday a little bit more fun. It's about adding charm and silliness to your everyday routines, being a little bit more playful and imaginative, and maybe even doing things a little bit out of the ordinary. You can do this with your daily habits, like maybe drinking out of a fun cup or decorating your house with some more fun, bold, spontaneous decor, some quirky things, or maybe even working some bold, bright colors into your wardrobe, like polka dots or bright patterns. But it is not supposed to be this overcomplicated thing. It is literally just about adding small bits of joy and even childlike wonder to your everyday life and not taking things so seriously. Like, I think that is the most important thing of all of this is do not take life and all of these things so seriously, because you are only here for such a short amount of time. You might as well make the most of it. So today I want to give you 4 practical tips that I am actually doing myself to bring a little bit more whimsy and fun and just having a little bit more of that romanticizing effect with my everyday life. So let's get into it. So first, it's time to do our Booked, Busy, and Building check-in, which are 3 things that we ask ourselves at the beginning of every episode. So number 1 is, what opportunities are you stepping into this week and how are you staying booked? So for me, I really want to be more open to the fact that anything can happen. Possibilities for whatever it is that you want are endless, and I really want to put myself out there more. And I have a small story to give with this because I instantly thought of it like as I was writing up some inspo and notes for this episode. As a content creator, you get some really cool perks and a lot of fun things, obviously, that come with the job. But I feel like sometimes I still shy away from asking for certain things, or I feel a little weird when I ask brands for certain things. And because of that, I feel like I put myself off from certain opportunities because, again, I'm afraid to ask. And I made a TikTok today talking about how closed mouths do not get fed. And I have the perfect opportunity or the perfect story for this because this summer I have some fun upcoming things happening and different opportunities. And because of that, I wanted to reach out to some brands and see if any would want to work with me and do some things for content in exchange for things from the brand. And so I pitched myself on ShopMy, which is a shopping app, to a bunch of brands that are on there. And I just literally sat down for 30 minutes at my computer. I sent out a bunch of messages and I was like, hey, introduced myself, talked about what I have upcoming this summer and if these brands want to work with me. And the next day, the brand Base, which is a luggage brand that I'm pretty sure you guys all know, got back to me and was like, hey, we would love to gift you some luggage. Follow this link, put your info here. And last night, the package arrived and I have a brand new luggage and a mini weekender, which again, if you guys know Base, you know, I feel like every girl wants a Base set, but that was just a reminder of like closed mouths do not get fed. And if I would have never asked, I would have never gotten a new luggage and a new bag. And now I'm ready for whatever the summer brings and any trips or anything that happens. But normally, like, I'm not the kind of person to ask because sometimes I'm just afraid and I would rather just not even face the no than even try at all. But it's like sometimes you just got to do it. So I am really happy that I did that, and I'm just putting myself out there more, and not just for free stuff, obviously, but also just for any opportunities that come up. Number 2 is, what is taking up your time and energy right now and what is keeping you busy? So for me, it is really about being consistent with my work, even if I don't know the how. And over the last couple of weeks, I've noticed I was comparing myself a little bit more than usual. I was scrolling a little bit more than usual, and I've noticed that some people or some accounts that I've been following for a while that have been really putting in amazing work into their content are getting their flowers and they're getting all the opportunities that they deserve. And I'm so incredibly proud and happy for like all of the people that I follow, especially the ones that are now like starting to blow up a little bit. And sometimes that really gets to me a little bit because I'm like, I've been working for so many years. I've been on social media for over 6 years now as a creator, but before that I was just a regular consumer, just looking at content. And sometimes I wonder, I'm like, when is it going to be my turn essentially for certain things that is that I want? And I have so much to be grateful for. I have so many things that are happening and that are always just going on. But then I have those moments, obviously, just like anybody else, because we're human, where I think, when is it going to be my turn? Or this person is getting their flowers. When is that going to be me? Or this person, all of their work, they're finally reaping the rewards of that. And I just have to remind myself, like, keep being consistent, keep doing your work, because just because you don't see the rewards for yourself happening does not mean that things are not happening behind the scenes. So I'm like, girl, you got to take your own advice that you are always giving to other people every single week. And lastly, what are you intentionally working towards for your future self and building? So this one hasn't really changed much. I mentioned this a few weeks ago, but I'm still being really consistent with my health and wellness journey. And I feel like I'm definitely getting stronger. My stamina is getting better. And I'm just really happy about that, because just a few months ago, I'm not even kidding, I couldn't do 3 push-ups. And that's so embarrassing to admit, but it's so true. Like, I really was not strong, and I recognized that, and I was like, okay, I want to start strength training and lifting weights and being stronger, because I want to be strong, I want to be healthy. And I've just been very consistent with my creatine, my pre-workout, going to the gym, walking, increasing the incline on the treadmill, and now I think I can do like 12 push-ups, which I am happy about that, because like I said, just a few weeks ago, I could only do 4. So I'm proud of myself. Like, that is something that I am going to continue working on, and that is definitely for my future self, is just to get strong and keep doing what I'm doing. Tip number 1 is find the magic in the mundane. A whimsical, romanticizing life starts with looking at what is around you and what you are noticing. It does not mean you need to have a fancy, expensive trip to Europe or curate the perfect Pinterest mood board. It is literally about looking at what is around you and finding the fun and the magic in your every single day. Even if you're going on a walk, maybe you pay attention to something you didn't see before. Maybe you see some flowers blooming. Maybe you see a family of birds or something. Just really paying attention to what is around you, even complimenting somebody, looking at your routines and finding the little beauty in it. I know for me, part of my morning routine, as soon as I wake up, is I open up the blinds, I open the windows and the curtains. And this is genuinely, like, I'm not even kidding, I tell everybody this, it is my favorite part of my day, because I just love seeing the light come into my apartment, and the fact that I curated this space, I live here, and it is so simple, but it is a genuine, real, joyful feeling. Because when I was living at my mom's, my sister and I, our rooms were in the basement, and so sunlight never came in down there. It was very rare, like in the very beginning of the day. The rest of the day, as soon as the sun went past the other side of the house, there was no more sunlight coming in. And now that I live in a space with the water right in front and seeing like the beautiful sun come in the morning, it is such a simple thing that, again, makes me so happy and joyful. And it's small, but it really makes such an amazing part of my day. But something else you can do is also slowing down more on purpose, because I've noticed this with myself especially. A lot of us are always running around, rushing, or trying to get things done, moving from one thing into the other, whether it is eating really fast, or then you're rushing to change, and then you have to get out the house, and then you have to run to the train. Like, you can just slow down a little, take a deep breath, even if it means you have to give yourself some extra time to do something or get ready a little bit earlier. Like, just try to slow down more. Yes, believe it or not, that is a part of living a more whimsical, romanticizing life, because you're not rushing. You're actually enjoying what you're doing, even if it means waking up a little bit earlier, like I said. But every day, it's not going to be realistic. Like, this morning, I slept in a little bit and I didn't end up going to the gym. I've been home all day, and I am fine with that, because the last couple of weeks I've been super consistent. I've been super on it. The beginning of this week, I've also been very consistent. I'm just like, I'm going to have those days where I just don't want to do my normal routine, and I want to change it up a little bit and not go to the gym first thing or not get movement. And that is perfectly fine, which is why I'm like, be realistic with yourself, but you can still find the joy and the fun in every day. You can also start a list of good things that are happening to you or good things that are happening around you. And that just makes you a lot more grateful for the small things in life, whether it's finding a parking spot as you're heading home, or getting a discount somewhere, or even having a good coffee or making a good coffee this morning, having a conversation with someone new, or maybe learning something you didn't know before. Making a list like this, if you want, is something that you can come back to over time and read and look at and see, like, look at these good things that happened to me, or look at these good things that I experienced. And it really helps you change your POV on your everyday life. And I also love the idea of romanticizing your routine, making your morning feel even more magical than it is, because for me, it's waking up early and opening up the blinds, opening up the windows and the curtains. But for you, it is something else that you love. And so maybe it can even be part of your night routine, getting into a warm, cozy bed, maybe with a cup of tea or a really good book, or even getting ready to watch your favorite new show. I know the Off Campus series just came out and everyone is talking about it. So maybe it's that, or watching Heated Rivalry, or Dancing with the Stars, like whatever it is, we really can change our POV and how we are enjoying the everyday life, because it doesn't need to be anything expensive. It doesn't need to be anything out of this world. It can just be what you're already doing and how you're already living your everyday life. Number 2 is curating your surroundings intentionally. So your environment and where you live or where you are, it is a reflection of who you are, and it is constantly talking to you, believe it or not. So make sure your space is fun and it's inviting and it is really reflective of you. I know for me, I have my vision board right on my desk. So every day as I'm working, I see it right in front of me. I have my goals, I have my role models, I have things I want to do, and I even have things that I've accomplished on there to remind myself, like, look, you are working towards this, but also look how far you've come. Look at all these other things it is that you have accomplished. So have your environment be a reflection of maybe what you're working towards, or even be a reflection of you, whether it's adding a little fun, whimsical object or a trinket to your space, like a new lamp, or like I said, a trinket, a sunny angel, I don't know what it is, a jelly cat, whatever it is that you like, colored pens, maybe even fresh flowers. Like, have something that is fun and that is fresh and that feels good for you, because again, it's your space, it's your environment, but it can have a much bigger effect on you than you think. Like, imagine working in a space or a place where it's boring, the colors are not fun, it's very muted, it doesn't feel personal. Like, that is not a space that I think I would want to work at. And so as soon as I moved into my apartment, I knew that I wanted this office to have a little bit of fun, and I love looking at my colorful bookshelves and having little figurines on there, and my jelly cats and random Star Wars things that I've collected, and comic books and really fun little things, or even gifts that people have given me. Like, I think curating your space and making it yours and really fun can make your work or make your life in that space 1,000 times better. Even dressing for the life that you want, and how do you want to feel every day when you are going out there in the world. Wear something that genuinely makes you feel like you are the main character, whether it is a fun pair of earrings or the pair of shoes that you've been hiding away and waiting for the special moment. When I was planning this episode, I literally went into my closet and I was like, can I pull something that maybe I haven't worn yet, or something that can be a little bit more fun and whimsical for this video? And if you're watching this on YouTube or on Spotify video, I have this striped jacket that I love, and I bought this months ago, and I was like, as soon as the spring comes out, I'm gonna wear this because I love stripes. And I have never worn this jacket. I've literally just had it sitting in my closet since I bought it. I'm like waiting for the perfect moment, and I literally pulled it out, took the tag off, took it off the hanger, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wear this for the episode, because why not? And so I'm wearing it right now. I love it. It's nothing crazy, but it's like, why am I gonna keep waiting to wear it, and why not wear it for the episode? Even if I'm gonna stay home all day, even if I'm not going anywhere, I'm just gonna wear it. So every day I also do the same thing. I'm always putting on a pair of Old Navy jeans and a top and some shoes, and I'm like, this is what I'm gonna wear today. I'm dressing for the life that I want. I want to feel like that dream girl, even if I have absolutely nothing to do. And I would also say, like, bringing back the environment tip is declutter what feels like it's very messy or chaotic or heavy for whatever it is that is around you. The life that you want, or even the life that you are working towards, is probably not going to be able to function if there is chaos and clutter and craziness happening all around you. So even if it means working towards something that is very small, one day at a time, that is perfectly fine, because you're being intentional about it. And over the weekend, I actually just did that. I cleared out all of my winter clothes. I did a huge winter closet clean out. I do this every season, where in the summer, when I'm putting away my winter clothes, I look and I'm like, if I didn't wear this a certain amount of times, or if I didn't wear this as many times as I should, or if I didn't even wear this item at all, I'm putting it in a bag and I'm giving it away either to my family or giving it away to somebody so that they can get better use out of it. And I've given away so many clothes and so many items over the last few years that other people get so much better use out of it. And I love that, because if I'm not going to use it and give it the love that it deserves, I'm going to have someone else do that. And so I switched away all of my winter clothes. I took out my spring and summer stuff, and I am so excited. But I just already felt a million times lighter by doing that, because it is a project and a thing that I knew I was going to have to clear a few hours on the weekend to do. And I'm so happy that I did it. But it doesn't even have to be a closet clean out. It can be as simple as just a little cluttered corner in your apartment or in your space that maybe you don't know what has been piling up in there for a while, and now is the time that this is your sign to finally do it. Number 3 is say yes to spontaneous random moments. So this is a tip that I need to follow myself. I am very type A. I am very I like things by the book. I like things to be a certain way. I'm a rule follower. And over the years, I have learned to kind of not undo that completely, but I have learned that it's okay for things to not be in an exact routine. It's okay for things to be a little bit different and not super by the book. And as a content creator, as an entrepreneur, as a freelancer, a contractor, my entire life has never been super in a straight line or very by the book. And so I think it's funny that now, as someone that is like that is literally my career. It is very non-linear and anything can be pulled out at any random moment. When I am saying say yes to spontaneous random moments, I mean get out of your head and be more in the moment. Be right where your feet are. Let's just say your friends are let's go see a movie tonight for fun. Why not say yes? Or if someone invites you to go do something, why not say yes and do it? Even if you're used to your routine, even if you're used to doing the same thing every day, or you have the same routine, like I said, that you follow, maybe it's time to switch it up a little bit, even if it's for that day. What is the worst that could happen if you say yes? Even if it's something like doing the silly thing, like ordering the menu item you have always seen but you've never tried, putting on a different pair of shoes, maybe the ones that you've been saving for a special occasion, or maybe taking the longer way home or the scenic route when you're driving. Stop saving the fun or those spontaneous moments for someday and make today that day. Play around like a kid again, whether it is revisiting a hobby or a fun thing that you liked to do when you were probably 10 years old, whether it's drawing or building a Lego set or organizing some Funko Pops or reading your favorite book when you were a kid, a childhood snack. Maybe you pass it at the grocery store and you're like, oh my God, I loved this when I was a kid. Let me buy it. Whatever it is, it does not need to be so serious all of the time. You can have fun. And that is what I said in the beginning of this episode, is that being whimsy or being whimsical is about having that childlike wonder within you, not taking everything so seriously and living in the moment. Maybe even invite your friends to be a part of this, such as maybe it's going to be nice on Saturday. Why not do a random picnic at the park or a midnight drive and just go around listening to your favorite music, or having your friends come for a cozy night in and ordering pizza. Stop waiting for the right or the perfect moment, because this whimsical, fun, romanticizing life, it is literally built from all of those imperfect moments, from having those spontaneous yeses and not a perfectly planned experience all of the time. Some of the best moments that I feel like a lot of us have had in our lives have probably not been from super perfectly planned itineraries, and they have been from, hey guys, let's do this tonight, and then everyone is free, everyone says yes, and then you go out and do it. I've had so many moments like that, especially with my friends and our group, and it ends up being such a fun night when things are not super planned out, because the times where we are very planned out and very particular with how we want to do things ends up being a boring night, versus a night where we're like, wow, all of these things just ended up happening randomly. It can be fun to do those things sometimes. So I really challenge you, especially if you are type A or maybe you're kind of in the middle, try to say yes to more things, because you never know where it could lead or what new memories and moments it can create for you. Before we get into the next tip, I want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, and that is Valdez Agency. If you're new here, Valdez Agency is the media company that I founded to help ambitious creators, students, and young professionals actually get access to opportunities and real conversations about building something meaningful and going after your dream life. If you're a creator and you want brand deals, education, and a community that wants to see you win, then Valdez Agency is the place for you, and it is absolutely free to sign up and join. To apply and be in our creator community, all you have to do is visit thevaldezagency.com. You can also rate our podcast, Booked, Busy, and Building, after you're done listening, or even right now, if you enjoy the episodes either on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Booked, Busy, and Building Podcast, which posts the full episodes. Make sure you're also signed up for our weekly newsletter, Spill the Success, which has all kinds of resources and new drops towards mindset, career, creator economy, business, and more. And lastly, follow Valdez Agency on Instagram so you never miss anything that is going on, including our book club that is hosted virtually on Fable, where we read books monthly on self-development, mindset, and more, plus our newly launched broadcast channel, which is solely on our Instagram. Reminder again that all of this is free and everything is linked in the show notes, because trust me, we are building something big with Valdez Agency and we would love for you to be a part of it. So let's get back into the episode. Last but not least, tip number 4 is build whimsy rituals into your routine. Whimsy is not something that is supposed to be an additional step to what it is that you are already doing. You are supposed to take what you're already doing and make it a little bit more fun. So previously I mentioned that routines can be a very big part in adding a little bit of whimsy into your life, whether it is lighting a candle as you are getting ready for the day or getting ready for bed and not saving it for the perfect day, or maybe picking that fun pen, that pretty pen or that pretty marker that has been sitting in your desk and using that to journal tonight instead of the one that you are always using. Maybe wearing the fun pajamas to bed instead of the sweatpants or the big t-shirt, and really make things feel like it is your little ritual. And I personally love doing this. I'm a really big fan of the PJ one. I love collecting fun PJs from TJ Maxx or Marshalls. They're affordable, they're cute, they always have fun flower prints, and I just love the simple button-up sets with the matching shorts. It is so cute and the cotton is so soft. Like, that is something I love, and that just makes my night routine a little bit more fun, having a matching set to go to sleep with. And then in the winter I have the long sleeve versions of them, so it's just like I switch them out every summer and every winter, and it is something that makes my night routine so much more fun. I always have my Kindle on my nightstand. I have my Hatch noise machine ready to go. The lights are dimmed, and it is just truly the perfect night routine, and it makes it so fun, and I look forward to getting in bed after a long, busy day. And when you have days that are going on and on and on, and you kind of lose track of things, this is where I want to bring in, celebrate the tiny wins with actual fun. I feel like we need to have more fun again. We got to yell, we got to dance, and we got to have fun. So for example, if you have finished something that has maybe been on your to-do list for a while, or maybe you had a very long day, it is time to play your favorite song, jam it out, dance a little. It sounds very cheesy, but I cannot even tell you guys like how many times I have driven at night playing You Belong With Me, like blasting Taylor Swift in my car. And it has healed and cured me. Like, I'm not even kidding. I love doing that. It's just so fun. And it is something that is so simple. Like, if you don't know what to do, if you're bored, just get in your car, drive around, or even go on a walk, put your headphones on, play your favorite song, and just enjoy life. Because again, it sounds so cheesy, but it is so true. It is the little things in life. And maybe you can even pick a day during the week where you do something that is purely for yourself, that is fun and delightful and brings you joy and does not need to mean anything else. So many of us try to take routines or habits, or we try to take random things that we love and we try to monetize it. Like, maybe you love baking and you want to turn it into a baking business, but maybe that's not the right idea right now. Or maybe you love reading and a lot of people do book content and maybe you want to do it too. Have hobbies and things that are just for you, and they don't need to be shared with the rest of the world. Like, whatever it is, try something new or do something that is just for you and that is purely for delight. It does not need to have a reason behind it. Like, for example, visiting a farmer's market in a town that you haven't been to, maybe visiting a new coffee shop, having a long bath with a book, or playing a new album that you haven't listened to yet. And make sure you are being intentional about this time. Protect this time, put it on your calendar if you have to, and really protect it and make sure that you are doing it, because you need this probably a lot more than you think. And by the time that I finally do something that has been on my mind for a little bit, or maybe I'm finally getting to a fun task that I've been wanting to do, it genuinely feels like a reward at the end of the day. And like I said, sometimes we really need that. I would also say document your whimsy, document your fun, whether it is taking photos and printing them out, keeping a journal, making a scrapbook. I was digging through some of my containers that are in my storage closet up here, and I found a scrapbook that my sister and I started 2 years ago, and we never finished it. And I was going through it, and I was looking at when we went to the Eras tour and when we went to California and things that I was doing with the New York Fashion Week. And I was just like, if only I knew just how many things were going to happen after that and just what those things would be. And it was just so nice to look through my scrapbook, because it's not just photos on your phone, it's literally like physical photos, it's physical memories, and it just makes me so happy that I have that. Even though it's not a fully finished scrapbook, it is just something that I did to document fun moments that were happening in my life that year. Because again, this whimsy life it is that we want or that we are working towards, it doesn't need to be super perfect or aesthetic. It is literally just about the little things and really, really, really noticing them. Like, even if you don't have the craziest life like the ones you are seeing online, you still have beautiful things it is that you can pay attention to that you may be overlooking right now. Now that we're at the end of this episode, I want to encourage you guys to start small and maybe pick one thing from today's episode and just try it out this week. Any of the examples that I gave, or maybe you thought of something as you were listening, whether it is complimenting a stranger, or maybe paying for someone's coffee, maybe wearing the fun outfit or the fun jacket or shoes that have been in your closet for a while and you have not worn yet. Whatever it is, whatever you decide to do, I really want to challenge you after listening to this episode to make your life a little bit more fun, romanticize it a little bit, and give your life a little bit more whimsy. Thanks for tuning in to Booked, Busy, and Building, where we keep it real, stay growing, and are always showing up for ourselves. Remember that you're not behind, you're in the middle of becoming, so keep building what matters, and the life you want is already yours. And until next time, stay booked, stay busy, and keep building.